Okay, so welcome back, fellow safe investors. I got a couple jewels for you here today. We're going to talk about an investor's mentality and pretty much what it takes to invest in this stock market today and what tools you're going to need to pretty much survive this storm that is going on of uncertainty and no one knows what the future holds. So let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, so in this market that we have right now, is not, even though it doesn't look volatile, it can still drop at any moment because the market isn't reflecting what's going on in the actual economy with all the job losses and all that. We're not going to get into that, but with today's video, I'm pretty much going to give you some tips and tools to have with, it's covering pretty much an investor's mentality. So like, the first thing is you can't lie to yourself, because if you're telling someone, or if you're saying to yourself that you're buying this stock for the long term, then that means you're not gonna sell this stock for at least a minimum of 5 years, and sometimes long term can be 5 to 10 years and even past that. So if you're not gonna sell a stock for 5 to 10 years, then you shouldn't be looking at trends. You shouldn't be waking up looking at it every single day. The only time you should look at your portfolio is pretty much if you're gonna buy more of that company, or to check and see if they're paying out dividends or the quarterly earnings, and that's it. So you definitely wanna keep up with the quarterly earnings. And even with the quarterly earnings and with the volatility in a specific stock, if nothing about the business model for that company changed, then stay in that company, because you have companies that go down due to external factors outside of themselves. Take Snapchat for an example. I think Kylie Jenner said she was done with Snapchat. Snapchat was finished. A lot of people exited Snapchat. The stock went down, and then eventually it rebounded. So you're gonna go through some volatility, but like I said, as long as the business model of the company that you're investing in does not change, or anything doesn't affect the business model, then stay in that company. So that's definitely one of the mindsets that you wanna have when you're going into a company. Another one is you got to know everything about the company. So it kind of factors into the first one. You have to know about these companies, because that's where your confidence in these companies is going to come from. That's going to pretty much keep you in it for the long term. And you make the most gains for the longer that you hold on to a company. And you just pretty much continuously buy into a company. That's why I always recommend dollar cost averaging. That's why I always recommend, if you don't feel like going into the market and individually selecting your stocks, invest in an index fund. But I will be honest, in this type of market where it was down, you're gonna get your biggest gains from individual companies. So even though I do recommend an index fund where you can profit at least a minimum of 7% return on your income from the stock market just going up on average 7%, the biggest gains that you're gonna see in this market right now will come from pretty much individual stocks. So it will take a little bit of selectiveness. You will have to go in and actually find companies that you like, find companies with good balance sheets, find companies that is pretty much have growth ahead of them, have shown a history of growth and all of that good stuff. So you definitely don't want to put your money anywhere that you pretty much don't understand. They already have debt. They're pretty much a dying business or a dying company. There's only so much that the government can do with bailing out companies. Yes, the auto industry have been bailed out multiple times, but with the rise of Tesla, do you think that the government will bail out the auto industry again? Yes, you will be losing a lot of jobs, but there are jobs that those people can go and find that will better pretty much progress the economy and the GDP. So that's another thing that you just want to have, that type of mindset in this market. You pretty much got to hold on to the company. You have to marry the company. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to mention I only have 3 companies in my portfolio, and I'm just growing with those companies. And I'm happy to say I've seen a 40% return on my money already. So, and it's only been about 3 or 4 months. Just in the last 3 or 4 months, I've seen about a 40% return. So just keep at it, keep investing, definitely keep your head up. There will be ups and downs, but you don't see your money until like further out. You gotta hold on to these companies for 5 to 10 years. That's the mindset that you want to have. Another mindset you want to have is don't look at it like you're buying a stock. So when I'm buying a stock, I'm really looking at it like I'm buying this company. And that's where the market value come into handy, because the market value is all of the shares that are totaled up and pretty much how much this company is valued at. That's what the market value is. So when you're looking at the market value, you definitely want to look at the revenue that this company is bringing in. You have companies that are bringing in more revenue than they are valued at. And that's where I would say, okay, that company is undervalued because I am buying this company for this much and they're bringing me a return of this much. Even though you're not buying the whole company, you have to have that mentality of, I am buying this company. Everyone in this company will work for me once I buy this share. You have to have that mentality. That is a great mentality to have, because I feel like if you have that mentality, you won't be so quick to get out of it if it goes down a little bit, because it's like buying a house. You don't just instantly move out of the house, because the value goes down a little bit. I'm not saying that there's no reason to instantly just move out of the house, but you're not going to be as nimble as you are when you're just looking at like, oh, I'm just buying a stock and that's it. You have to look at it as you are purchasing this company. You have to look at the evaluations of this company. You want to do a fundamental analysis of the company, and that is where you pretty much read the 10Ks. You learn everything about the company, all of its board members, all of its CEOs, who's running that company, what promises have that CEO made and what promises has he kept. You want to know all of this stuff, and then go to the financial statements. Like, you want to look at all of that before you even look at the financial statement, because that doesn't take that long to analyze. Like, looking at numbers, I pretty much put my headphones in, I listen to some music, I run through the numbers, I'm just subtracting the liabilities from the assets, I read them line by line. Sometimes, I'm going to be honest with you, not every time I go through every line, but truly it does depend on what company you're looking to, because I've done an analysis on Discover Financial Services, and then I watched another YouTuber do an analysis on Discover Financial Services, and pretty much all she said was they have a lot of liabilities and they have a lot of assets. But when you understand that Discover Financial Services is a banking company, most of their liabilities isn't truly their liabilities, because they're leveraging money from the central banks to make money through credit services and things like that. Once you understand that, then all of that debt and liabilities doesn't look as bad, which all you have to do is go line by line and see that accounts payable and accounts receivable was about the same. So it just takes research, understanding, YouTube videos. Learn as much as you can. That is my best advice. Learn as much as you can. Hit the like button on videos like these so they can get more attention on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, follow, hit the notification button if you want to see every time that I post a video. And you know what I'm going to say, let's get it, let's do it.